I was gonna say Team KSBY.
Let's do this.
Let's go. Okay, so now we found a cool Halloween activity to do together. Love that. Let's go outside though. Pismo Beach, our 805 webcams. It was a clear but windy day. They kind of go hand in hand. That wind pushed off a lot of our clouds towards the beaches and even farther off the shoreline, which helped us with these daytime highs. 70s came back for San Luis Obispo, Paso through the interiors, Santa Ynez and Lompoc. So lots of areas got slightly warmer. Our current temperatures starting to decline, but this is nothing compared to our overnight lows. As I was talking about a couple of minutes ago, we have a frost advisory in place for many of the interiors, especially in Paso Robles, where that overnight low, which is really in the early morning, is going to be around 33 degrees. So definitely chilly. Don't be surprised if you see some frost tomorrow morning when you wake up. Our coastal valleys, well, not quite as cold. It is still chillier than we're used to. We're in those mid to upper 40s overnight into the early morning hours. And then the west beaches and our south coast going to be the areas that are more mild, sitting in the mid to low 50s. Same deal kind of on the south coast here, and that has to do with the wind more isolated to places in Santa Barbara County. Now, look at our Santa Barbara time lapse here. Drastically different picture than what we saw yesterday. The clouds just got shoved off the coastline, that northerly wind just pushing offshore and helped us out with those clear skies. Now forecast winds really isolated to our south coast up in the Santa Ynez mountain ranges and the Santa Barbara County mountains. And so we'll see that advisory that we talked about lift at 6 a.m. on Monday. So just expect that to be around the time where those winds start to die down just a little bit here. Now our daytime highs, thanks to the wind and a slight pop-up ridge, going to be a little bit warmer Monday and Tuesday, especially for those interiors where in Paso you can see the mid to upper 70s coming back. So we'll see a little bit of warmth before our temperatures take another bit of a cool down. The north coast in the mid 60s, we've got 68 in Avila as well. We'll head to the 5 cities now. The beach in Pismo, a little bit cooler. We're still in the 60s. Shandon and the California Valley in those low 70s, and Santa Barbara County, the warm spot because of course the windiest spot, compressional heating from the northerly winds, giving us the upper 70s in Solvang and Santa Ynez. But let's take a look at the 7-day forecast. We're talking about those overnight lows, which are an issue for several days moving forward. In Paso, 30s on the board for a few days throughout the 7-day forecast, even getting into the the lower 40s, so not a huge change. And in San Luis Obispo, we're in the mid 40s all week with our daytime highs in those mid 60s starting around Wednesday. We'll see some of those low clouds come back in our coastal valleys just as that offshore trend turns into an onshore trend. So we'll have some trouble with the clouds dissipating throughout the week as well, starting as you can see on Wednesday in Santa Maria. Dusty.